returned back to that path. Remember, there was a path. Anyway, let's now make the story fast because a lot of your speakers have come. I go to a church. Church is a very important part of this story because in our church, they started asking, what do you want to be? Just this type of program you've come for now. They'll say, what do you want to be in life? Who do you want to be? What do you like doing? What is it that if you do, even if they don't pay you money, you will like to do it? Even if you do it all through your life and nobody's paying you, that is how to know what your purpose in life is. I went back and started asking myself, what is my purpose in life? What is it that if I do now and nobody will pay me money, I can do it? I said, I think I like to teach. I like teaching children. I just want to be a teacher. That's what I said. So I now called some of my friends in UNN and I said, I want to come back to UNN so that I can become a teacher. They said, come back from there. Oh, it is too late. You better continue on the path you are on. When you finish that part, if you want to become a teacher, you can now go and do what they call PGDE. But if you come back now, this will frustrate your life forever. If you have been to UNN, trust me, they would have. So that is how, somehow, now how did I know I wanted to be a teacher? They asked us 3 questions. 1, what do you truly enjoy you do as a baby? That is when they say, let us play. What would you pretend to be? Would you pretend to be a lawyer, a nurse? Some people pretended so many things. But I pretended to be a teacher because I used to arrange the dining chairs. And I'll be teaching the chairs and I'll be flogging the chairs. If you do anything, I will flog you. So I just knew I wanted to be a teacher. The part yes, immediately I found out I wanted to be a teacher and I really love education. I used to be in Lady Biam. I don't know if anybody knows Lady Biam here, but my time is finishing. They say my time is finishing. So I'll quickly tell you the end of the story. Okay, so I used to go to Lady Biam and ask the Lord, please help me with this teaching thing I want to be. Help me to change the educational sector of Nigeria. Please help me. I just said it as a prayer. Okay, fast forward. At the end of this UNN stuff, I started hoping that they'll call me up for youth service. Nobody was calling me anything. I went for my internship because I studied medical lab science. Did I mention that part? Oh, I didn't mention it. Oh, the things they were teaching that time I didn't understand was chemistry now, biology. I wasn't understanding it. It was, and physics. I didn't understand, and zoology. I didn't know what they were talking about, truthfully. So, I now finished secondary school, UNN. But if he wants to connect you to somebody, if he wants Obama or whoever is the president of America to call you, he will put a call across to him in youth service. In youth service, my uncle called me and said, I'm now auditing UNN, UNTH. A job just opened up now. I need you to send your CV now because they said I should bring 2 people for them to employ. I was standing by my friend's window. I remember exactly where I was standing. I said, Uncle, I don't want to be a lab scientist. I want to be a teacher. He said, do you have a problem? I'm telling you that they say we should bring 2 people. In fact, do you know how I know that job is real? The second person is still working in UNT. I'm talking to someone or helping someone. That's the only time. So I didn't want to do that job for the rest of my life. So after my uncle finished insulting me, I just stayed. To make matters worse, I got married that year. And you would think that God will now maybe align me with a very rich man. Is that not true? So that our life will just be, serene, we'll just be happy and be going our life. They said I should round up. If not, I would have told you the story of the marriage, but I'll tell you another day. Maybe I'll even have a YouTube channel where I'll be telling you all these real stories because I've not even scratched story. Bottom line, I got so listen to people that have sense. But in my church, they were saying, obey the government, listen to the government, love the government. So when they said it was wayo, in our church, all of us were just applying. All of us were just applying. In that church, more than 10 people got their word. Though. So be careful who you listen to. They say, T-Pain, this one. They would write a scheme in this Nigeria. Only Igbo people will not apply. Next year, we own the school in Enugu. The next year, we own the school in Enugu. The next year, we're employing people. We employ people, we pay salaries. to millions. We're paying people salary in millions. Another thing is that I didn't eat the government's money. When we got that money, some people bought land, some people... When we got that money, some people bought land, some people bought car, some people bought car, some people even jackpot. They did all kinds. They say, it's not government money, it's not me from that wicked man. So many other things have happened that are not good though, that he saved me from. But that marked that you are here and you are there. Like I looked at the list, everybody here is born again. Praise the Lord. But that was the day I drew the line. No more backward and forward. You know, I don't used to pretend that I don't used to pretend that people that are not Christian are my friend, because imagine that woman say Jenny is not like that. That means she even knows.
Really amazing. I love you so much, you know. All right, so audacious, you know. All right, so audacious, really audacious steps that she took there. I mean, literally foregoing opportunities in medical lab science, right? And then choosing to become a teacher. Very audacious. Like we asked earlier, what has been the most audacious thing you have done up until this moment? Now, that is audacity.
Yes, on steroids.
On steroids, really. That's big time audacity. And there's some things that we want to just really highlight. You notice how she tells her story, and it comes to a point where she says she chose to. That's because we don't give our time to thinking as much as people in the wars before did. Imagine that the scheme of work that, you know, the curriculum that we use, you know, and the people earlier before us used, were thought of by persons who did not have computers.
You can imagine.
You know, so she asked, what is that one thing you enjoy doing?
That's one.
You should think about.
That's one.
If it's not paid.
And listen to her amazing recitation, which is very brief, by the way. Mrs. Chidimma Dinwoke is a...
No, just hold up. The person I'm about to introduce to you is an amazing person. Oh, yeah. So, did you get it? Mm-hmm. They say they are lost.
She and her team have successfully served a global clientele from the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia. You're not snapping hard enough. Saudi Arabia. You're not snapping hard enough. Saudi Arabia, Germany, and other countries across Europe. Delivering Imma is passionate about women empowerment. She curates content that inspire women to be all about God and has to be
how to leverage your expertise in the gig economy. Examples of the audience we have here, so we can get the best out of what we are doing today. Anybody, what courses are you studying?
Educational management.
Okay. The internet fraud, young women going into having to sell their bodies to make ends meet. You don't have to bodies to make ends meet. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Aside from being a Christian, even if they are, okay, she said most of us are born again Christians, but you don't even have to go to the extent of selling your body to make money. By the end of this lecture, you can, by the end of this presentation, yes, you'll be able to know the internet fraud. I've edited before in a hospital just after I gave birth to my second baby. A few hours after that, I had to use my phone to edit for someone. So you get to choose where to work. You are not, as long as you have an internet connection and you choose where to work. You are not, as long as you have an internet connection and you have your device in which you're going to use to work, you can work. And this gig economy device in which you're going to use to work, you can work. And this gig economy is very big. As of 2024, it was valued at over 500 billion US dollars. And that's over 800 before. There are platforms, we're still going to get to that, but you need, you need technology, you need a demand, you need to have a skill that you're offering that is in demand. It's not every skill that you can offer. We are still going to get to that. And then you need somebody that is willing to buy from you. You need a willing buyer. So it is the meeting point of where a willing buyer meets with a skilled you. And in which case, technology is the tool that enables this. So what are the kind of skills that you can sell? Some person said they are educationists or they are studying education courses. Knowledge, like go to these platforms. I'm still going to talk about them. Look for people there are people, for instance, if you're studying chemistry or physics, you can sign up to tutor people on chemistry, tutor them on physics, provide for someone that's into something like interior decoration, because you can only provide consultation for these type of professions or professionals that exist. You can only provide experts knowledge or expert services, consultation, and all that. So now I said your skill has to be in demand, and you have to package it to appeal to the global audience. Now I said even for skills that are in demand global, yes, you need to package them, because when somebody wants to engage you, when somebody wants to say, okay, do this for me, provide this service for me. Now the person, if he has seen that what you're offering has the same quality with what other people are offering. For instance, I edit books. So if somebody is going to engage me to do book editing for him or her, he needs to see the quality of what I'm delivering. Remember, you're not serving people in Enugu. You're serving someone in maybe UK or Germany or outside Nigeria to preposition to be able to bite a large or a lump sum from that word is to niche down. Now, what does it mean to niche down? When I started out on Fiverr, the platform I use is Fiverr. When I started out as an editor, English editor. But I noticed